From a figment of creativity to a finished record, this is Song Journeys.
So how do you start a song? Where do you start? The truth is, it doesn't matter. It only matters that you do start. Write down those lyrics that have been running through your head. Record something into GarageBand, anything. Because in life, man, the only journeys you're ever really gonna regret are the ones that you don't take. So take that first step, and you'll figure out the rest along the way.
Okay, so where did I actually start with Orange Sky? It started when I opened this old voice memo from Dre. It immediately conjured up a feeling that reminded me of something I hadn't thought about in years. So I drug that into Ableton, and the first thing I need to do is get a tempo. And I'll actually just play it on my phone to tap the tempo to avoid the clip jumping around. And then I'll just start moving pieces into different sections. This is totally a feel thing for me. I thought this little chord progression might work great for a verse part. And I thought this section would be really cool for like a chorus or like a pre-chorus part. Then I'll warp and stretch those pieces so they fit nicely in time with the tempo we've come up with. Yes, I understand that'll make it sound wonky. No, I don't care because we're going to re-record all this again anyway. So now we've got parts laid out in different sections, and now for me it's when it really gets fun. We get to add some drums, and then the idea really starts to take shape. For Orange Sky's drums, I use 24K by Native Instruments. I love the Play series for two reasons. One, the sounds and samples are awesome. And two, and more importantly, is that each kit comes with a bunch of patterns and variations already built into it. And what's amazing is that you can simply drag these patterns into a MIDI track, and now you have this awesome drum sample, and you can edit it and customize it in any way you want. For some reason, I landed on the blue G-Note kit that day, and I started dragging all these patterns out into a MIDI track. I'm never going to use all these variations, but they're good choices to have. So I start moving these drum patterns around to the different sections of the song I had laid out. And it's starting to sound really cool, but for me, the drums just sound a little bit thin or hollow. And I don't know why, but for some reason I drug a completely different sounding loop into the mix. A beautiful, happy accident. So then I took that loop, I chopped it up, and made sure it lined up perfectly with the other drums. And now I have this. The basic DNA of Orange Sky, and enough to repeat out for a few minutes so I can write about that feeling that Dre's riff conjured up in me, something that I hadn't thought about in a really long time.
All right, Orange Sky, guitars, let's go.
Sometimes life is odd. 3 minutes after I set up the main camera, it quit working and it took me an hour to figure it out. But as much as the filming was failing, the recording was succeeding. All I really missed was us saying stuff like,
"Ooh, that's cool.
That's gonna be cool.
That's cool." How nasty that sounds now that it's in time is amazing. That already sounds like a song.
It does sound like a song.
Things are working today. Let's just go with it.
Yep.
everything was clicking, all the random ideas seemed to work, and everything we needed to sort out seemed to get fixed immediately.
You're just missing a little ending.
Yeah, I can't.
It's. And then it goes down. It's really quiet at the end. Yes, that. I'm sure you remember doing that, right?
Yeah.
Keep going. That was awesome. That was awesome.
Every section seemed to fall into place and morph and grow in the best possible way.
This is the part you wanted, the reggae?
That sounded cool.
We almost just made a new song.
Yeah. That's why I like this section.
Within the
It's
song.
totally different. That's what I was. This is like a total break, and it sounds super sublime. Like
Yeah.
I like this a lot. That's good. That's
Okay.
good.
And honestly, my favorite parts of guitar sessions are usually ones that never even make it into songs. Just being with my friend during moments of pure creative energy are the parts I always remember the most.
All right, the last thing you want to try to get like an out, something for the out.
Yeah.
Dude, while you're feeling that, I'm just gonna play one through the whole song. That sounds like super Eric Clapton right there. No, I'm being serious.
All right, let's talk about Orange Sky. A very long time ago, my then girlfriend and I were supposed to head out to California for an event. We'd known about this well in advance, so we let our respective bosses know way ahead of time. So it gets to be about a week before we're supposed to go on this road trip, and the event gets canceled. I remember sitting down with her and having the world's shortest conversation, asking her, should we tell our bosses that we're not going? Yeah, no. So instead, I did what any young person would do. I took most of the money that I'd saved for the road trip, got a hold of all the connections that I knew, and procured as much stuff as two humans could possibly ingest over the course of 1 week. That week ended up being a truly absurd exercise in hedonistic excess. We did things that most people can't even imagine, and I can imagine quite a bit. So fast forward to the final Sunday of this week, and I realize I need to get some gas in my car so I can get to work the next day. So I open the garage door, and several things happen. First, this vivid, deep orange color floods in. The second thing that happened was I immediately began to feel what I could only describe as this insanely intense feeling of bittersweet, like bittersweet times a billion. And finally, the sky starts falling, the floor starts dropping out, and I just start falling apart. So I start driving to the gas station, and I'm crying uncontrollably. Not uncontrollably like hysterically, uncontrollably like I cannot control the fact that I'm crying. So I get to the gas station, I have tears just streaming out of my face, and I'm really quick trying to pump like as little gas as possible that'll get me to work the next day. So I jump in my car to go home, and this orange light is only intensifying. I'm crying so hard I can't even make it back to my house. Mind you, my house is like 2 blocks from this gas station. So I have to pull over in this little park that's right by my house. So I'm sitting at this park and I'm staring at the intensifying orange sky and these clouds. And I'm flashing back to these moments of pure ecstasy and joy. And that's juxtaposed against this increasing feeling in reality that this type of week was never going to happen again, and that chapter of my life was over. And it turns out I was right. So then, during this crazy episode of bawling and crying in this park, I immediately just start laughing hysterically at how just silly and dumb the whole situation is. And it was all over just as soon as it had started. And I've never really told anybody about that before, but that is the genesis of Orange Sky. Don't. All right. Yes, I want to tell the story about the evening of the orange sky, but what I really want to convey is that feeling of bittersweet, that impossible contrast, and maybe try to echo that and emphasize that with my word choices. Maybe I could start off with one of those oxymoronical phrases like cold as hell or deafening silence. Yeah, those aren't going to work to start. I got nothing. I'm clearly confused about what I want to say. Wait, what? I'm clearly confused about what I want to say. And here we go. Confused, muse, used, amuse, cruise, choose, snooze, never lose, never choose to, bruise, cruise, who. Damn it. Get it out of my head. Delete, delete, delete. How about I've been gently used? Ooh, instead of gently used, I've been gently abused. Nice. Love it. And what did I think about that day? I muse instead of think. I muse at the dumb things I seem to choose. Okay, yes, but there's no paradox in that, no contrast. Come on, man, come on. What do you choose that you have no choice in? Like fate or conclusion, foregone conclusions. And I muse at the foregone conclusions I seem to choose. Let's go. I think I gotta start. All right, Vocals Day, Orange Sky. I couldn't be more excited, even though it's going to be challenging because lots of singing. I'm hoping my new friend here will help get me over the hump. So let's go see Chris and record some vocals. Every session is different, and this was no exception as we had to spend a little extra time getting the compressor set up and dialed in. All right, man.
So with you just talking like that,
Yeah.
it's compressing a load.
Turn the input down a little bit. I want it to be hitting about 7.
Okay. Well then let's just try some and I'll adjust it.
We'll do a practice run and get the levels at the same time. Let's go. I'm clearly confused, been gently abused, and I muse at the foregone conclusions I seem to choose. All right, a couple more times. The intro's off to me. I'm clearly confused, been gently abused, and I muse at the foregone conclusions I seem to choose. Man. Okay. I don't know why this is so bad. The session also felt kind of backwards as I was really struggling with the verses and somehow felt great singing the choruses. All right, man, let's go to the hard part. I've hit the ceiling, and now I'm breathing. What am I supposed to do? And all I'm seeing is the dark side of the moon. You know what's funny? Those are like better comparatively than the verses were. How is that possible? Like, what is happening to
You're
me?
turning into a singer.
I'll go with it. Maybe for today. I think it is now officially a wrap.
All right, sweet.
All right, man.
For post-production, I added two main things for Orange Sky. The first is the intro. I went and listened back to the original voice memo that Dre had recorded like 15 years ago. And at the beginning of a lot of those, he'll talk out all the different chords and progressions so he doesn't forget them.
G, A minor.
I thought it'd be super cool to pay homage to that
E
and fit that into the song.
C major, D major. 10, 12.
So while that's cool and adds a lot of personal meaning to the track, it just didn't sound right coming in dry like that at the beginning. So I experimented with putting some different effects and things on it.
C major, D major. 10, 12.
I ended up stumbling across one of the presets from a Brainworks delay plugin, put it through a really aggressive kind of bandpass filter, and then it ended up like this. A really cool intro that gave the song a little bit of extra meaning for us. The other main thing I did in post was add a little bit of depth and build up to the pre-chorus part, which ends up being Dre's solo for this song. It's one of the most beautiful guitar phrases he's played, but by itself it just seemed like it needed a little bit of lift as we're building into the chorus. Not the guitar itself, but just that section. I initially tried some synths, but they all just ended up stepping all over it. I finally decided to try some vocal plugins, and then I knew I was onto something. I found some inflections and phrasing that sat right underneath the guitar, but really filled in the space. It's really subtle, but it adds a bunch of depth and emotion and build to that part. And for the last piece of the audio journey, it's mastering. And I cry every single time I listen to my song when I get it back from the audio animals. If it doesn't evoke joy and emotion, what's the point? I'm almost to the end of this beautiful journey, and it turned out better than I could have ever imagined. And just like that, after 7 months, 2 vocal sessions, 1 guitar session, 118 tracks, who knows how many hours of production and mixing, my song journey for Orange Sky is done. I am fiercely proud of Orange Sky. The song turned out better than I had hoped. The lyrics really encapsulated the story I wanted to tell. And the video, while nerfed, is just so magnetic, beautiful, and fun to watch. I want to thank Dre, my friends, my family, my kids, Chris, Jude, Chloe, and especially Addison, the lead in the video. Over 4 different shoots and hundreds of takes, she did everything I asked of her and didn't complain a single time. Even when walking over a mile through the world's wettest grass in a tiny dress. Always positive. Just a rock star and an awesome kid. And finally, I want to thank my good friend Joe, who happens to be her father, for all his help, his infectious energy, and mostly for trusting me to shed her in the best literal possible light. And I am so thankful, humble, and grateful to have been part of this journey. Now sit back, turn it up, and I sincerely hope you enjoy Orange Sky as much as I enjoyed making it.
Gotta feel the music.
Yes.
Because if not, I'm gonna throw this tennis ball at your face.
I'm clearly confused, been gently abused, and I'm mused at the foregone conclusions I seem to choose. Like all the wrong paths and the Rolos I've splashed, so I laugh at my pain and then cry till it passes. Cause bittersweet can't begin to compete with the chemical imbalance of emotions in my brain. Sweet, I'm so high, you're so low down, there's just no way around. So play my feelings with your sound, Dre. naive, thought it never would be through. The unicorn phase, the haze, the lazy days. Stacks of Molly thinking probably gonna live forever anyways. But now the serotonin swell is long gone. Along with all my hopes and dreams, I'm Babylon. And now I live the best week that I've ever known. But the greatest adventures have the longest roads home.